We live in an age where those in power are openly using every weapon at their disposal to impose their will upon the future. Where the principles of authoritarianism and individualism stand in open conflict in the streets, in the courts, in the news, in everyday life. Where the choices we make and the choices that are made for us have consequences no one can foresee. You do not stand alone. You do not fight alone. You do not suffer alone. We are united. We resist. We are here with you. As long as there is a truth that remains hidden, as long as lies are spread openly, we will continue to speak out. We will continue to question. We will continue to be the united resistance.
Oh, yes, indeed. We are fighting them until we can't. What's going on, you guys?
Drew, you're talking about resistance. I tell you, I have been resisting the urge to want to find these people on Twitter and just throttle every last one of them. The overabundance of stupidity on that site is really mind-boggling.
Oh, God, dude. I'll tell you what, man. And hail to everybody. Hail, Keck. Hail, Phil. Big John. I see Big John's in the house. Great to see you, Big John. I hope things are getting better for you. Terminus. And Keck, don't worry about the other thing, man. I know that'll work. Phil. Man, happy to see you, Keely. Everybody that's here. I know Papa Cotton's gonna make his way back soon, and it's week 2 of streaming out of a hotel, Tommy, and I think this is week 2 out of the hotel. I'm pretty sure, because I think last week was the first week we got a stream out of here. Will's here, Tommy's here. It's great to see everybody. Man, Tommy, I don't know. I hope things are going okay on your end, man.
Things have been rough. I mean, things haven't been the greatest that they could be. I mean, everybody's feeling the pinch at this point, including your fuzzy friend right here. From pet supplies costing twice as much as they used to, all the things that are just adding up, including, having my brother here and taking care of my brother and still not receiving any of his money from Social Security that I should be getting, being his power of attorney and being able to take care of his finances, be able to help pay his way while he's here. I can't even get access to that because some nursing home in Jersey is taking it all because they requested Social Security send it to them. And no lawyers want to deal with it because they don't want to go up against, I'm assuming they don't want to go up against a federal fucking arm of the goddamn country at this point. Everything is just in a state of shambles right now for damn near everybody, because I don't know too many people that are telling me that they're doing really well in the environment that we find ourselves in right now.
No, it seems to be getting worse every day. And hail to Death Angel Shadow. I see you, buddy. Great to see you. Another monster is in the house. What's going on? Crab's got the truth. I kind of almost feel like that is Tobat on a different account. But what's going on, guys?
That's somebody's alias. There's nothing.
I almost feel like that's Tobat.
I can't disagree with that.
But But no, what I was gonna say is, listen, yeah, everybody is feeling the pinch. All right, it is bad. It is beyond bad right now. We're just waiting at this point for the other shoe to drop because I feel like everything, like the bottom's gonna fall out of the financial systems because they want that to happen anyway. They are salivating and announcing and coming up with all kind of ways to really push this digital currency through. They want it universally across the world. You've got that happening. You've got these changes in media because we'll get to it because I know it's on everybody's mind right now because the news yesterday was shocking on both the conservative media and to a lesser degree on the liberal media end. And you have the entities that really run the government, i.e. the corporations and the global elite, cracking down on the media voices that you hear. And I think Don Lemon is a shill, an idiot, and everything that you can imagine, but he got the same treatment as Tucker Carlson did yesterday. And again, we'll get into that here in a second.
Let's be fair on that, Drew, though. I'm sorry, but let's be fair on that. I agree with you. I agree with you about Don Lemon, but at the same time, what we're saying about Don Lemon is what the other side is saying about Tucker Carlson.
Well,
in the end, you're talking about two of the biggest voices from their respective networks being shit canned in the same day.
Well, Will, this is one of the things that we've been talking about for a while. I've mentioned it over and over again. The first people that are going to go, once they get everything exactly where they want it, once they've gotten rid of everybody, the useful idiots are going to be the ones that are going to find themselves thrown out the damn door.
Oh, I agree with you then, and I agree with you now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's exactly it. And listen, I have my reasons as to both. I think obviously they differ. The reasons differ. There were bigger ones in play for Tucker Carlson than there were for Don Lemon. But definitely the thing that you can draw together for this, folks, and correlate between the two of them is, as Death Angel Shadow said, it's the uniparty at work, but it's also the mechanism, i.e. the corporations, the oligarchs, global elites, and they are going to really start to tighten the grip on, the corporate media. So that is why you saw what you saw yesterday. But we'll get into that because I really want to talk at length about it. But just to my Twitter's been up and down, Big John. I will check again and see if I did. Yeah. And I apologize, folks. My internet and things here, obviously I'm at the mercy of the hotel. I did get a little bit better internet, but I still, from time to time, have some issue here. I've also had a lot going on. Just to give you guys the latest update, because I feel like every week I'm like giving you guys life updates. So to kind of put it in perspective, obviously you guys probably saw my post about Apollo. Unfortunately, I had to surrender Apollo to the APL here. Will can attest to the fact I have been absolutely beside myself about that. I hated it. It was one of the most heart-wrenching decisions I've had to make. Also, the besides having to do that, is this weekly rent, which is $422.38 plus a couple other fees, is really starting to squeeze me badly. I'm trying to make it work, and I'm kind of just stuck, So I'm working within what I can do, because obviously the apartment situation has not gotten any better. I've been applying all these different places, making phone calls, and I run into the same problem. And this is what's maddening about this. And I will just bitch for a minute here, you guys, because look, I have never found it harder to sit there and tell somebody I have $10,000 cash that you can have to cover a year of my lease right now. And for them to say, well, sir, it doesn't work that way. You have to fill out an application. You have to show verifiable income. I have cash in my hand. Is that not verifiable to you? Hello, count the fucking cash. You can have it. But apparently, you have to fill out an application, pay the application fee, show them that you are working, even though I could pay the entire year, an entire year lease by myself up front. They don't give two shits.
They think you're going to pay the rent. They think you're going to pay the lease the same way you in the next many months, the same way you paid the first month, by obviously running a meth lab and taking the profits and laundering them through your account in the Caymans.
So that's
much, yeah. What's up with that?
The process is total and complete garbage. I understand that it's a universal thing, unfortunately, around our country. That's the way process of getting rental properties works. I get that, but it is absolutely, it should be, these places looking at things on a case-by-case basis. But unfortunately, they want to go the lazy route. They all these rental properties, apartment complexes, they now have websites, and they want to just throw everything on there because they can't have a person, oh God, take the time to review the applications and see whose circumstances differ from another. They can't do that. The human factor is now gone. We knew that when the internet dawned, but it is more prevalent in so many ways, and it's only getting worse with the advent of, quote, technological progress. So just wanted to, I guess, bitch about it a little bit right now. And hail Tina Bojan. It's great to see you. Good evening to you as well. Also, guys, listen, I have the things I have to get mailed out to you. I have to get a gay king to Tommy. And no, I'm not actually sending a gay king to Tommy. I'm sending him a toy. There is, unless there's a certain gay king that would like to come visit you, Tommy.
I've got a left and a right for that.
Yeah, but the
Our viewership either just went up twice as much or decreased by half.
The other thing is, those of you that are waiting on the Yaphet statues, I will be getting those out just as soon as I can, get a minute to breathe. Because aside of the looking for a property situation, I've just been kind of up to my ears in Hail Gamby. How are you?
Hail Gamby.
I've been up to my ears in, well, let's just say as of the 19th, Cupid's arrow struck your boy. I now have a girlfriend. Her name is Vanessa. And she's actually staying here at the same extended stay. And she has very similar circumstances, actually. And we connected. It's funny, the people you meet just taking a smoke break out back. You go outside and you're just chit chat. And the next thing you know, you wind up meeting someone. It's the weirdest thing because
well, Drew, I don't know if meeting somebody is tripping them up with your dong and then clubbing them with it. I don't know if that's actually meeting somebody, you caveman.
Well, the thing is,
I thought the same thing until she came back the second time.
The thing is, hey, look, and listen, guys, I gotta watch out, and Tina can appreciate this. So Vanessa is full-blooded Italian woman. So I didn't have my hands full.
Yeah.
But
You are in
you know,
trouble.
we had our first date, ironically, on the next day on April 20th, and it's almost like ever since then we've been rather inseparable. Now tonight she just started her new job. Tonight's her first night of work, so she's up at work. So I'm doing my thing, but yeah, it's pretty cool to count myself in the ranks of the committed relationship type of
And it's
crew
official
for
now
once.
because you've just gone public.
Well, yeah, I guess. It's going well. So I'm very happy. So that at least is one thing that has brought me some happiness right now. So anyways, that's the update. So now you guys know what's going on. Terminus says, Supreme Heretic. She's Italian. I can only imagine how happy you are. Oh, nice.
Oh, what I have to put up with. Okay, keep going.
So let's get into the Tucker Carlson thing. So last night, the news broke that Tucker Carlson was gone from Fox. There's a lot of things that I have to say about that. Number one, I really have no reason to watch Fox News anymore, as if I had much of any beforehand. But the only thing keeping me for putting on Fox News was maybe occasionally watching The Five, watching Greg Gutfeld's actual show, and watching Tucker Carlson. That was it. Mainly Gutfeld and Tucker Carlson were what I watched on there. I think Hannity's a clown. I think Laura Ingram's like I don't like the other people on Fox. I really don't. And these days, they really seem to just be a bunch of like Ron DeSantis shills anymore. Because that seems
Well, did you see the official explanation that they said that he fired Tucker over? He was saying it had to do with the statements of over January 6th.
Yeah, and that's bad in itself because that he, within showing that footage, all right, he did at least have the balls to show the footage, and he made himself a marked man at that point.
The clock started running as soon as the day he showed that footage. The clock was running on him.
I don't think it was that though. I mean, let's think about it. How quickly was he let go after he had Kennedy on though?
Yeah, that's true. That's that too.
Maybe that was just the immediate cause. Maybe that was maybe the clock did start ticking down, and the immediate cause was that appearance on the show.
Well, it was also that, and I'm sure the lawsuits that they got from Dominion.
The Dominion lawsuit.
That goes without saying.
The Dominion lawsuit as well, but listen to this, okay? So one of the primary stakeholders, sponsors, whatever you want to call it, in Fox is guess what corporation, you guys? BlackRock.
Yep.
That to tell you above all what the answer is here.
Who's paying the bills?
BlackRock, you already know, is the other companies that are involved with them are just, they're buying up all that property around the country. They're buying up all the neighborhoods. Why? Because they want to fit, ESG and the 15-minute city and the whole model. They are part and parcel globalists. Okay. I don't understand the blind loyalty necessarily for Fox News, other than the fact that they branded and marketed to conservatives. That was the only thing they did. They never truly said that they were the conservative news network or the voice of common sense news network. They never said that. They never said that. So
They said they
why?
were America's news network.
So why people blindly trusted that they weren't going to stab you in the back is amazing to me. Because guess what? Their ownership has globalist ties. You knew this. And for people to be surprised about it now, it's not surprising whatsoever when you connect every single dot that's there. It just isn't.
Hey, Drew, you got a questionnaire from Death Angel Shadow? He asks, BlackRock, aren't they also a stakeholder in Dominion?
Yes. BlackRock is mixed up in all of that shit. And hail to our boy Godzillionaire. What's going on? Tuckster27 said, I'd like to see Tucker join OMG or have a Rumble channel. I wouldn't doubt if he's going to throw something on Rumble there, Tuckster, but here's the thing. All right.
Only if he turns down the offers from Russian state television.
No, the latest that I've heard about Tucker Carlson is he is going to be the news director over at One American News. Okay. And he is taking a huge payday to do it, obviously, but also, One American News, you at least have a lot more latitude there if you're an on-air personality. Okay. And I really think that he's going to go in hard on things once he gets going on OAN. I really do.
You think? You think?
Godzilla,
After this kind of nonsense, why wouldn't he go in hard on him? I don't know if you had heard one of the other rumors, Drew, right before you get the Godzillionaire. One of the other rumors that I heard that he was actually trying to think about starting his own news network. Why, in theory, that sounds great. I don't think he'd be able to ever get it off the ground. I think there's too many forces in play that would actually suppress him.
Especially so soon after he departs Fox News.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be it's not the right time.
I don't think he would jump into this field, Godzillionaire. I think he'd be 28.
A direct competition is Tucker Carlson. That'd be fantastic.
Congress might be an option, though. You never know. Welcome back. Welcome back, Papa Cotton. That's a good to see you back, bro. Small Time Republic. What's going on, Matt? Great to see you, man. I don't think OANN or Newsmax can afford him. Well, apparently he has an agreement in principle with OAN as the latest that I saw. So I don't know. Tuckster,
stock options, whatnot.
Tuckster27 says he shouldn't go with the network. Don't they all get bought out and corrupted? Some do, but some of the smaller ones are okay. OAN and Newsmax are tolerable. They're still, to a degree, in my opinion, not as on the level as a lot of people think they are, but they're better than
I hate to use this word because it has a negative connotation, but I'll say fledgling. They're still, to a certain extent, fledgling as opposed to the mainstream, the big mainstream three.
Okay, fair enough. Hey, hail to Trina. What's going on, Trina? How are you? Thanks for the head goddess Modest being in the chat. Great to see Tina here. Godzillionaire says Carlson Lemon 2028. That'd make a great sitcom. And listen, if we're gonna flip it,
CBS is on the line.
Keck, I'm not sure about that one, but the thing about going to the other side of it, to Don Lemon on CNN. Lemon finally caught, I think, the brunt of what CNN was already going to do, because they were going to start firing some of the people that are weekly Twitter fodder that get just absolutely roasted. Lemon being one, Stelter being another, people like that. They're cutting those people out because, again, while Fox is going in a different direction, CNN doing the same thing. They don't want to appear, even though we know that they are that they are corporate media through and through. We know that they are DNC backers through and through. It's just you knew eventually Don Lemon was going to get put on the chopping block. So yeah, I'm not surprised about that. You know, and it's like Tommy said, useful idiots get thrown under the bus first. You knew Don Lemon was going to be headed there. Let's see. Let's go back up a little bit. The Time Prophet says Will has a flashing blue light on his headphones, which makes him look like a Terminator. Well, he is a Fed, so. Papa Cotton says Lobot.
I'm missing the connection on that one, bro. But all right.
Papa Cotton says Lobot. A nod to The Empire Strikes Back.
Nice.
Cloud City.
Best one.
CJH for Canadian, $35 says sending support. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. You know,
Keep your clothes, your boots, the keys to your motorcycle.
CJ, yeah, I gotta keep it secret, keep it safe, keep it in my pants too.
That reminds me.
Is it true that is it true that Don Lemon is Jack Lemon's illegitimate son? No. No truth to
Next
that
on the reboot of The Odd Couple.
Hey man, hey, you should stop saying that, Drew. You heard what the man said, Big Ice Cream Liquor. He said that they're all our children. Remember?
I can repopulate the earth if needed.
That's an earth worth living in.
Immortal Coil says, if Tucker Carlson was smart, he'd start his own podcast and monetize his following. That might be. I don't think that that you're far off with that, Coil. I think he's probably going to do that as well. Because I don't see that he's gonna. I don't see he's gonna miss the jump on that. Podcasts are too hot right now. Tuxter says Fox is done now. I absolutely agree with that assessment 100%. Papa Cotton says you want to know who runs Fox? Just look at Hannity's lapel. Absolutely. Ruguru says, good evening, missing you on Odyssey. Thank you, sir. I'm going to make sure that I start to really bring stuff in focus over there and start to do some more stuff there. So thank you for your support and your continued support. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, everybody's talking about Lobot now. God, there is Disney's version of any Star Wars character, and they're all trash. All right, Keely Chow says hashtag beware the truth. Yes. Apparently, according to the Time Prophet, so UFOs came to Earth, saw President Biden, and decided cows were the more intelligent life form on Earth. Yes. Papa Cotton says, you said the D word, gross, as in Disney. Godzillionaire says, I can see Spotify throwing their hat in the ring. I assume Rogan has made them bank. Yeah, absolutely. Death Angel Shadow said, BlackRock owns more than 59 million shares of Dominion, 40 million shares of Fox. Yep. That's what they do.
Need some more pillows for that bed.
Tuxter says Disney is trash confirmed. We all know that. CJH says $35 Canadian is probably only $2 with inflation, taxes, and YouTubers cut, but unfortunately, but I hope that helps. No problem, CJ. Just thank you, man. Thank you for being a friend. Death Angel Shadow said, so that settlement was basically moving money from one pocket to another.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Exactly, dude. Money laundering to the nth degree. You know, and the funny thing is,
keep them on their toes, keep them guessing.
The funny thing is about this, you guys, Will, Tommy, all this stuff that happens. Isn't it just funny how you see like all this money get moved around, but it always magically winds up in the same people's pockets?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not the same exact money. I mean, like we have to move this money, and then this money comes back, and no one's the wiser.
I think the funniest thing is that they're so worried about what the common person is doing. These idiots right now with their agendas, especially the I want to lick the world guy with all his bullshit and sicking the IRS on people. Coming this tax year, like some of the shit the IRS is going to be doing to people, especially people that are selling online or even apparently purchasing online too, because that's sitting there in the new IRS guidelines for that $600 a year shit. It's also purchases. Like, yeah, how is that even legal? But they're so worried about the common man. Yeah, everything that they do, yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. Let's not even talk about how most of these people get into office and apparently don't have all that much, in the way of finances behind them. They don't have huge stockpiles of money until after they're in office for a while. I mean, look at some of these people. Look at AOC. Look at all the money that bitch has freaking got for doing what? Acting like an idiot? And nobody really needs to see that mule on every goddamn freaking post, on freaking every goddamn screen, her talking her nonsense. But somehow there they are making money hand over fist while they want to make the average American suffer.
It's not a sponsorship, by the way, but sorry, guys. I had to go off camera for a minute because I had to run over to the fridge and grab me.
Oh, God, that better be a right Twix.
Man, these Twix ice cream bars, I'm sorry, they're good as hell, man. I love these. So I needed one of these.
That's Twix ice cream bars. If the Supreme Heretic eats it, it must be.
So, yeah.
Don't eat the left one. Don't eat the left one.
Okay.
That's copyright infringement. We're screwed.
So, yeah, I mean, all of this money circulating around, it all goes into the same pockets. And it's hypocrisy. And I can't believe the people that actually believe that so many of our systems and everything are still legitimate. It's just so controlled and contrived now. And it's like, oh my God. I can't get how people don't see the change, how they can't tell.
That's because most people are blissfully ignorant and they want to remain that way, Drew. Because if most of these people have really seen what was going on, they would probably have meltdowns. The kind of meltdowns you see on Twitter when some of these idiots get proven wrong. How can I put this? Mecca Riri, when she sits there and says stupid shit on Twitter and then she absolutely gets smacked down and just scurries off back under a rock.
Yeah, that's crazy. What's going on with that? But again, it's like YouTuber drama, though, Tommy. I don't think that ever goes away. Content creator drama in general never goes away.
Yeah, but it's pretty much the blueprint for the bigger and wider problem that you have with the American population. I mean, it's that kind of stupidity you're seeing from a person like that is what's wrong with this country, because people are they're brain dead. And a lot of these younger generations, I mean, you see post after post from some of these young people, they're all behind this agenda. They don't even know what the agenda is. They're sitting there screaming for the Second Amendment to be done away with. And they don't even realize what they are asking for. They are asking for their rights and freedoms to be taken away by a government. And what do you think is going to happen, you stupid brain dead idiots? What is going to happen once the government says, hey, we can take these things away now, because if people are allowing us to do it, they're going to take them all away. And then you're going to be left with nothing. No ability to speak out, because now you're going to be completely controlled by the government. They're going to control your every single move, your every thought, everything that you watch. And then you're going to be sitting there wondering, why did this happen? It's because of something just as stupid and as absolutely asinine as you not understanding what the Second Amendment is there for.
Well, here's an example of the subterfuge that they provide on the citizens on a daily basis. All right, guys. So let's pull a Jen Psaki here and circle back to when you heard about the TikTok bill. Because I'm sure you guys heard about the TikTok bill. It was all over Twitter, what they wanted to do with that. And sure, it gets rid of TikTok, which, again, we all know TikTok is kind of a blight on society at this point with the way it like melted kids' brains and the stupidity that it's caused. But here's one thing about that. So in that TikTok bill, all the other things that they put in about the internet and what they wanted to do with it and everything else is to curtail your ability to have a marketplace of ideas. So they don't want people talking. They don't want people interacting. They don't want dissenting speech. So yes, while they put it out there like, look at us, pat us on the back, we're getting rid of the evil TikTok. What it really was, yeah, we're going to get rid of the evil TikTok. Ha ha ha, wink wink, not. We're going to push through our draconian restrictions on internet usage.
And if the biggest one falls, how could the rest of them survive?
Well, here's the one thing I will say now. I've actually gotten a conversation with a few people where they say, well, what good is the Supreme Court? What good is the Supreme Court at all? Well, this is actually one of those bills that should wind up going before the Supreme Court, and it should be struck down immediately because it does violate the Constitution. Because the government cannot be involved in any way of the speech of its people. I mean, that is like number one in that amendment, that they cannot in any way restrict people's speech. And that is exactly what that bill is actually pushing. Regardless of how bad TikTok is and how further it stupefies the younger generations, because let's be honest, most of them are already handicapped coming out of the school system as it is anyway. So it doesn't take an actual hard push to make them completely retarded at this point. So TikTok is actually TikTok is probably doing the least amount of damage. The most amount of damage is actually being done in the school system right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, to actually turn around and silence a platform like that for the government to step in and do that, man, that is just all kinds of that shouldn't be happening.
Well,
it shouldn't.
And Godzillionaire says, if you take the stuff in the TikTok bill to a larger degree, we can access your Ring doorbell at will. We can access, and we knew this for a while, we can access your Alexa. We can access anything else. It's crazy. At this point, any of you guys that put any of that smart home technology shit in your house, I mean, seriously, you're just asking to be put on a kill list. I mean, we're seriously. I'm not even kidding you. So do not use that stuff.
However, to play devil's advocate, you will have fantastic videos of the people you imagine walking on your stoop and stealing your Amazon boxes and running away with them. I meant for that counter argument to be shitty, by the way.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Doing away with VPNs. Why do they want to do that? Tom Prophet says, get rid of your Ring doorbell. Everyone prefers knockers. Yes. Knockers are a good thing.
And you keep eating those Twix ice cream bars, you're going to have knockers, Drew.
Yeah. My girlfriend yesterday, she's like, hey, I went bra shopping. Do you need one? Like, fuck you.
See?
That's the love.
Yeah.
Did she cup them? Did she cup them to see if one weighed more than the other?
No, she said I'm good
That
right
reminds
now.
me, I gotta buy milk next time I'm out.
She said I'm only pushing a. She said I'm only pushing a B cup. I'm fine right now. She said.
Hey, that makes two of us.
She said. She said, "Hey," she said, "You might be competing with Dylan Mulvaney though."
Death Angel Shadow will be right with you. Just let us
Yeah.
spin the wheels here.
When the people fear the government, there's tyranny. When the government fears the people, there's liberty. Exactly, Death Angel Shadow. Papa Cotton says, "Good luck with disarming America. That's guaranteed bloodbath." Yes, it is. You know, for the people that still believe, yes, Papa Cotton, absolutely. The head of the ATF said in the hearing, "I can't answer that. I'm not a firearms expert." Yes, exactly, Godzillionaire. You know, Tuxter brings up a great point, and this, you know, it's flown under the radar since we saw the guy that created Cash App get killed, and oh, by the way, there's a guy that was a competitor that killed him, but that sort of kind of went away right afterwards. It's like, you know, these people that are making big strides in the tech arena that are not necessarily controlled by the machine are being murdered, disappeared, the whole 9 yards. So, just saying. Coincidence here? Wonder.
The great thing about that, though, is you said it yourself. It's kind of disappearing under the radar, and unfortunately, what that means in our society is if it's disappearing off the radar, it's like it never happened, except for the few people like us that actually don't forget it.
Don't say nothing all at once, Will.
Did you hear those crickets?
Well,
I thought I did.
crickets.
I thought it was Jiminy Cricket.
Wow, Jiminy Cricket doesn't know how to sound like a cricket.
I was wondering though, have we gotten to the point where like the WEF has won? Is the world done? That's what I wondered. Is the world?
That's a pretty open-ended question there.
Is the world done? I mean, is everything just over, and we're just heading onward to control no matter what, or do we have a chance to actually fight back?
Well, I mean, go back and look into some of the stuff that was happening in France. I mean, if it was over, you wouldn't see people fighting back in France. I think you're going to see it. It's like anything. They start in small pockets. Some of it you probably never hear about because you know our government is not going to allow you to hear that other countries around the world are fighting back against this kind of nonsense. They're going to shield all the sheeple in this country from that, to not think that something's wrong and that something is not right with what they're doing. They're going to hide those facts as much as possible. I mean, look at all the crap that they're hiding over there with propane. They're hiding a lot of shit about that. And then they got corporations like YouTube censoring you to even say the name of the country now. I mean, it's just ridiculous, the amount of censorship that we have in this country. But I guarantee you, there are people that are fighting back against this shit. And probably a lot more that we have no idea that are fighting back against it. Because they want to shield all the people in this country that they already have fooled from the truth.
You know, I mean, God, that's such a fascinating question, man. We went into like deep territory. We just dove right into the deep end, you guys. But
I'll be honest, I didn't see that coming.
But you know, I mean, it's a legitimate question. And Godzillionaire says, "Look at how many people are still wearing masks even now. I think it's a lost cause at this point." Tuxter says setting up institutional alternatives is still possible for now, but we need to hurry the shit up, basically. Yeah. Another monster said, sweet Loretta Martin thought she was a woman, but she was an ugly man. Didn't Bozo Biden just announce he wants to finish the job? It can only surmise it means finish destroying the nation. Yeah, unsurprisingly, he announced he was running, which is just, I don't know. That's going to be a shit
I thought his handlers announced it.
Yeah, exactly.
These are the people that stand him up, help him.
Obama grabbed it. Joe.
You're not talking about his literal handlers. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Obama grabbed him and was like, Joe, listen to me. You're gonna have to run one more time for me. You're gonna have to get out there and you're gonna have to finish this job. Michelle's waiting.
I think it's actually somewhat ironic that the moment he was announced to have been seeking to make it official that he's seeking re-election, this is not something you usually see. I don't think, at least not these days. Right immediately, Kamala Harris is like, and I will seek re-election to be his vice president. Usually, what? You're not gonna. Was that a stupid statement? If that was a stupid statement, please say so.
No, what is there to say about that? She knows. She got laughed off stage. Nobody wants her there. And if it wasn't for the fact that, whatever reason that they've got so many people duped into thinking that Biden is a great president, they damn sure wouldn't be looking at her in any other way, other than him or her being his second. Let's be honest. Because nobody takes her seriously at all.
But then at the same time, what does the vice president do? At least right now in this administration, what does the vice president do other than bang the gavel at the Senate?
Cackle like a hyena? Oh, wait a minute. That's just her.
I'm talking about the actual job description. I don't think they put that in the.
Well, RR says it's clown world and it's over in terms of how it's been. We're going into the 100-year paradigm shift. And this has been foretold. So.
Not looking good for a lot of common sense people. I think there's way too many people still. They see what's going on, but they're afraid to speak up just because they wind up dealing with what looks like the overwhelming numbers of opposition. I hate to tell a lot of these people that overwhelming opposition is really not as overwhelming as they think it is.
Things can change very quickly when people get mad all at once. Don't lose hope. Tuxter, I really want to believe in that. And I'm continuing to believe in that. I really am. I'm doing that. And, part of the reason we do this program on a weekly basis is because of that. We want to be that pushback. Big John says, how many people know about the Marburg virus? It's real and it's on the horizon. Yes, they are going to use Marburg at some point. We know this is coming. Papa Cotton says, you think the dudes waiting for their first period is weird? Wait till you see the girls getting their first prostate exam. These people don't deserve respect. No, and listen, I agree with you, Papa Cotton, and at the risk of sounding transphobic, look, I'm done playing in the alternate reality game. I'm not going to participate in their stupid, made-up, false reality they live in. I'm not. It defies logic, it defies common sense, and it just doesn't exist. It's fake. And I'm not going to do that. If people want to call me some kind of phobe for, not wanting to live in absolute lunacy in fantasy land, yeah, go ahead, call me some kind of phobe.
The Fox network actually has a show that's going to premiere soon where it's a dance competition with transgender dancers.
I mean, listen, I'll save you
That's real.
the trans bashing, gay bashing, whatever you call it, charges, and just have a baseball bat party on these people's domes. I don't care. I don't care, because at that point, look, I mean, just hang them like party decorations across the promenade.
Stay tuned, folks. Eventually, our host here will tell us how he really feels about that kind of thing.
I do, and look, I'm
know.
not going to apologize for that.
Good.
I
if
mean,
that's how you feel, let it be heard.
I mean, sorry. It's just the way that
Don't be sorry. It's your opinion. It's how you feel.
that's just the way shit is.
Never apologize for how you feel, even if no matter how many people think it's wrong.
Yeah.
If I thought it was wrong, I would still say don't apologize.
No, the trans lobby's going to come after me. No, they always will.
Where have they been?
Well, yeah, the word are
they just like, are they building a case? What's the story here?
Another monster makes a great point here. And I've made this point often on Twitter.
A lot of people say, like when it comes to homophobia or transphobia, a lot of people misuse that. It's not transphobe.
Phobia
means fear. That's what
phobia
phobe is.
Phobia is irrational fear. I do
Irrational
not
fear.
have
Thank you.
an irrational fear of these clowns. I don't care if they're carrying a rifle. I will snatch that rifle out of their hands and absolutely throat punch them.
You know what? They make it sound like every time that somebody who disagrees with them and they label as transphobe and all that, homophobe and all that other shit,
doesn't get
they act like it's that red monster in Bugs Bunny that sees the people and starts running. That's what they think that they're all like. And I can't tell you the last time I seen somebody run away because they seen a gay person. I've never seen it yet. Maybe I'm missing out on something that's truly hysterical, but I haven't seen it.
Oh my God. Is that guys, the homosexuals are coming, run. No. Okay. All right.
Yeah, as they tiptoe through the fucking tulips.
Let's be honest, they're all in better shape than me.
Just look at the flowers, Lizzie. Just look at the flowers.
Terminus says Attorney Todd Callender also talks about the Marburg virus. Yeah, and Terminus is right. Check out Attorney Todd Callender and his stuff about that. He's on point on that, folks. And Big John, I'm so glad that you brought that up. Tuxter says being apologetic is part of brainwashing, as far as I'm concerned. It is.
Exactly.
And I'm not going to censor the way I feel, man. Listen, that's how I feel about it. And these loons are going to come after me no matter what. So might as well just say how I feel.
Kind of like that old I'm going on the way back machine though. There used to be an actor back in the earlier days of film. His name was James Mason, and he had this thing where every time it's almost like every time he would deliver a line, or even anytime he was speaking in public, just like he'd be like, no, it was the movie I was in 2 years ago. I'm sorry. He would end everything with "I'm sorry." It's like it's like a slippery slope to that almost. And can I also have a small order of fries? I'm sorry.
Well, Tuxer's right. It's entirely rational to be wary of the mentally ill. And listen, these people are mentally ill. And they were made mentally ill on purpose. They already had mental illness, but it was purposely amplified for the reason.
Well, exploited is the word I would use.
Yeah. And it's crazy. Nephilim, yes. They mistake disgust for fear, or maybe it's just to cope. Yeah, that could be too. That's an interesting paradigm there that you mentioned, Papa Cotton. Very interesting. If you belong in this restroom and you're going into this restroom, you're going to need this restroom. Absolutely.
I gotta learn the restroom algorithm. It's kind of complicated.
The one of the good things that I am very happy about my new girlfriend is she has a rational frame of mind. Because I asked her, I said, "Where do you lean on things?" I said, "Look, I'm an America first person. Are you?" I said, "I hope you're down with that." And she said, "Yeah, absolutely." So, she's definitely down with America first, and she hates it. We were having to talk this morning about, these little victimhood groups and how they're manipulating mass society, because the minute you say something upsetting that they deem upsetting,
Excuse me.
whether it's along racial lines, whether it's along gender lines, whatever, they absolutely just dogpile you, and they try to just take everything away that you have. It's ridiculous.
It's a sting operation on every single one of them. Swarm.
Well, most of them, I think, and Tommy can tell you from experience, this app and also Twitter, a lot of those accounts that sit there and report people and everything else and try to cause these like Twitter mob waves are basically they are paid agitators. That's what they do.
Mhm.
Shit, Tommy,
Influencers, if you will.
you've seen examples of that.
Oh yeah, JoJo from Jersey, that freaking Brooklyn Dick's Defiant. I won't pay my
Oh
child
God,
support.
that
That
guy,
guy. Yeah, they're all paid agitators, and then of course they've got a mob of people with many old accounts that want to try to act like they're coming at you in the way of justice and everything. The one thing you got to remember, if you wind up dealing with any of those idiots, you just stand your ground, you smack them around like the little cunts that they are, and they will eventually just run away because they don't have anything to back up any of their claims. They never have anything to actually counter your points when you make one. All they have is fake outrage. That is all that they have. They have absolutely nothing, and they're so easy to see through.
it is fake outrage. I mean, it's crazy, because in the logic points that they try to throw out there to stand on, they can't throw any out there that are actual like logic that will make you stop and actually think about anything.
Well,
So
think about a lot of the hypocritical things that they say or post, depending on what site that you're on. So you will get this stuff where they talk about how they're being silenced and they're not being allowed to speak. But then the minute you get something like what you started the show with Tucker Carlson, they're the first ones out there saying this is great because silencing and deplatforming somebody like that is exactly what we need. Hypocritical stance right there because you were crying how you couldn't speak, but it's okay for you to do it to somebody else. Bullshit.
Whole world's got an agenda.
They do.
Especially,
they really do.
Yeah. Not to mention these people you mentioned. They're extremely well thought out Twitter handles.
Oh, Jesus Christmas.
What was that second one? What was that Brooklyn guy again?
Oh, what Brooklyn cocksucker? I won't pay child support. Defiant dad. Yeah.
No. It's at that.
No, it's actually Brooklyn Dad Defiant. But from what I hear, the reason
Brooklyn
he got
Dad
the name,
Defiant. Yeah, fists
the
in the
reason
air.
he
All
got
right,
the
here we
name
go.
Defiant, the reason he got the name Defiant is because he was defiantly refusing to pay his child
Yeah,
support.
right, exactly.
And from what I understand, he's not even from Brooklyn. So there you go. Like really?
You know how easy it would have been for me to advertise myself as being from Brooklyn instead of Staten Island. I didn't do it.
Fired, Trina. Rupert fired him. Supposedly over the January 6th footage.
Yeah, an issued statement if ever there was one.
Well, that's funny, Papa Kyle.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it wasn't Stalin's fault. The guy who's killed more people than freaking Hitler. Yeah, wasn't his fault.
Trina, honestly, there's some places that say he fired, some places that said he just left. I think it's somewhere in the middle, but yeah, I think he was
Well, that's what I'm
publicly.
saying, Drew. There was a report earlier that legitimately says the reason he was fired is because Rupert fired him over the
Yeah.
January 6th. There was
I've
something
read
else in there. It wasn't just January 6th. There was one other thing. I forget what the other thing is, but it was the January 6th thing that they were making the most hoopla about.
I've read this. I've read actually 3 different articles that use my favorite bullshit term for this kind of thing. He resigned under duress.
Yeah. Well, listen, I do want to again thank everyone in the audience for showing up this evening. We actually had a pretty good show, even though it is sort of abbreviated. But these streams while I'm in the hotel, guys, are honestly going to be abbreviated, just because like quality reasons and
Playing on borrowed time.
yeah, when I can get into an actual place and have good internet, oh my god, I'm gonna be so relieved. But until then, hopefully the quality is passable. I'm doing the best I can. At least it's internet that's better than the hotels. So there is something there. So
All hail Spectrum.
anyway, yeah. Well, yeah. Spectrum I don't have here. I have T-Mobile. I have a T-Mobile internet box, but it's better than what the hotel offers.
That's what the hotel offers you, I think.
But no, that's not. It's just their hotel internet, and their hotel internet is trash. So I had to get the T-Mobile box to even make it passable. So there it is.
That's an education.
All right. Well, we're going to let everybody do their outros real quick. Guys, I do have to wrap it up now because, Vanessa just called me. Hey, I got off work. I need a ride home. I was like, okay, I got you. So there is that going on too. So, all right. Let's go over to Tommy. And Tommy, tell everybody where they can find you.
I'm a pig. You can find me on Twitter and YouTube. I do things on there. Thank you.
Yeah. Yep. Make sure you subscribe to Tommy. Oh, God. Oh, jeez, oh, man. All right. Well,
I'm so sick of going last.
Sloppy seconds, Will. Sloppy seconds.
Story of my life. Where can you find me? Well, first of all, this is your boy Will. Drew, are you listening? Single and loving it. Where can you find me? Well, I didn't want to manipulate the conversation at the beginning, but where can you find me? Hopefully at different places. Actually, I'm planning on leaving my current habitat as well. Everything Drew said about the bureaucratic garbage about going from one apartment to the other is true. Like him, I have the funds. Like him, I can't. There's certain things I can't establish. Like him, I could hand them a wad of rolled up bills right now. Maybe it wouldn't be a wad because that would kind of be stereotypical. But hopefully, I can make that work at some point. Talking about how much I love Spectrum, that's what they offer. So maybe I'll have to buy that T-Mobile thing that he has. And really, Janet. All right. Well, needless to say, I've lost my train of thought. Back to you, boss.
All right. Well,
if you always run out of options, you can always look for another well to get stuck into.
Yeah, exactly.
The Wi-Fi the Wi-Fi connection will probably be better down there.
Well, thank you.
I'll make sure I bring my device with me.
Thank you again, chat. Everybody that threw a little bit of support.
I'm still in a one-shot here.
CJH for the 35. We had anonymous $5. We had another $5 tip earlier. So thank you guys. And, everybody that hung out in the chat tonight, Time Prophet RR, Janet, Papa Cotton, Trina, everybody that was wrenching. Thank you. Death Angel Shadow, Tuxter, Time Prophet, and Big John, and Godzillionaire, and Another Monster. Everybody, Phil. God, we got to cast 1,000 tonight. I'm so happy. Small Time Republic.
You need some bigger bifocals, old man.
Yeah, I do, dude. Honestly, I really do. Tobat was here, even though he's on another account. Tina Bojan was here. Keely Chow was here. So, yeah, thank you to everybody. And we will see you guys coming up most likely Sunday night for Prism. I didn't do it the other night, but we will do it probably this coming Sunday. But
Will, if you ever create a channel, you got to call it The Well.
The Well, yes.
Like I have a choice.
Yeah.
And by the way, Drew, maybe you should change the name of Sunday Midnight Prism to 10:30 Prism.
Are you implying I'm old? Yeah, you are.
No,
All
I'm
right.
implying that it's not the easiest thing to do to get a good night's sleep there, and
Yeah. All right.
I have a problem getting a good night's sleep at where I live right now, and you're in the extended stay. I'm looking out for you. That's all.
Everybody else is implying I'm old, so yeah, why not?
I'm not implying he's old. I won't do that.
In a couple more years,
listen, you're only as old as how you feel. Oh, wait a minute.
in a couple more years, Drew's going to feel so old that the Midnight Prism will be moved to the 5 p.m. Prism right after dinner.
Early bird Prism.
The Take Action Dentist
drinks
Prism.
till 4:30.
All right. Good night.
He
folks.
started it.
This program was sponsored by Dentifix and Bifocals R Us.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, hi, Coast Casino.
Hey, welcome to Sporking News Podcast. My name is Scott.
I'm E. Temple Queen of the Place to Be Reviews.
I am the Patriot, Drew Taylor, aka Supreme Heretic.
The Red Gaze on YouTube, at the Red Gaze on Twitter.
What up?
Hello, everybody. It's me, Vinny.
The voice of Immortal Coil.
Oh, hey, I am the Ghost Bear.
What's going on, Tommy? You didn't get anybody to like this?
Yeah, I'm Wes Moody of the Wes Moody Webcast.
Tony, Death, rockin'. We have a lot of cool things over there. I did some magic tricks.
Hi, guys. Try to stay here.
My name is Mark Knight.